Hi everyone, you're with Christine and Ask Your Angels. Happy 2012. You might notice that tonight I have a very special guest with me and we brought our blankets, and you guys should have your blankets at home because tonight we are talking about dream interpretation. So it's all about your dreams. And here tonight with me is Alex Gelman, a doctorate in natural medicine, emotional and physical iridologist. So thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Christine. It's a great pleasure to be here. It's a wonderful show, and I'm so privileged and lucky to launch the year in a wonderful show about our dreams. What a great topic for the new year.
It is. It is. I'm super excited. We've had a lot of guests ask us this before, questions about dream interpretation. And I'm going to start off by asking if you happen to know what the average amount of dreams someone would have in one night.
Shockingly enough, people can dream up to 10, 12 dreams per night.
Wow, that's a lot.
I've actually worked with patients who actually can record, the maximum that came back with was about 8 or 9.
And they remember them.
And they remember them.
That'd be incredible. Is that after working with you they remember them? Or
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Some of them remember them on their own depending on their spiritual practices. But the majority of them, we did a lot of work both with homeopathy and meditation to get them to be centered and present. I think the biggest thing about remembering dreams, which I know is on the list, it's about being present.
There's no list.
when we're not present, think about it. When we're not present, we lose our purse, we lose our keys. How can we remember dreams if we're not present?
That's true. I lose my keys all the time.
That's right.
So why do we dream?
We dream for many reasons. Why don't we start off with talking about the 4 types of dreams we have?
Okay.
We have dreams that are a direct result of our day-to-day lives. It's almost like an overflow. You know, we're cooking and the pot boils over. There's too much activity, there's too much stress. So the dream is like a overflow of the day's activities. That's a category 1. Those dreams are basically resonating to chakra 1 and chakra 2. So it's the base level. I'm using chakra 1 as the base, because I know sometimes they have 1 as the top. So it would be an overflow of the day's activities. Those dreams are also stimulated by hormonal fluctuations in women, PMS, menopausal, indulgence in food or alcohol can certainly create those kind of dreams. We have dream number 2, which is the subconscious speaking. Our subconscious will create dreams that will have symbolism that is here to be interpreted. It is a message. And the constant question is, why doesn't the subconscious just come out and tell me what it wants to tell me? Why does it code it?
Why does it code it?
It codes it because we don't actually want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth, no.
That's right. A lot of people, we don't want to know the truth. So sometimes it's going to be coded. And the 3rd type of dream is the superconscious, which is what's known as visionary or prophecy dreams, which is the intervention of our higher self, higher power, universe, God, goddess, nature, higher powers, that intervenes and sends us a message or prophecy about our lives or the lives of others, or some form of message.
It makes sense if they're coded, because then if the person in question really wants to know about their dreams, they're going to investigate. And people who don't want to know aren't. It's pretty simple.
One of my first loves, Christine, when I was a little girl, was I wanted to be a detective. And instead, I became a holistic detective because people come to me with all kinds of strange conditions that medical system, mainstream medicine cannot find. So I look for what's causing it. The same thing with dreams. It's cryptic information. And tonight, I'm going to teach you and our listeners how to decode their dream. And it's actually really easy.
And then we can all try this tonight.
Yes, we can.
When we go to sleep.
Yes.
And don't go to sleep during the show. We want you to do this later.
Okay.
Just so we're clear. What are lucid dreams? Why do we have those?
Lucid dreams are very interesting, and there's a lot of information out there on lucid dreams. Lucid dreams is a very advanced form of dreaming. It's also called dream control. For example, I'll give you a story. I had a man who had very, very low self-esteem, low confidence. He was going through a terrible time, a bankruptcy, a difficult divorce, problems with his children. It was a lot of trauma, and he felt his life was out of control. We did a lot of coaching work together, and we came up with teaching him how he could do lucid dreaming, which is going into the dream to take control of the situation. He was a golfer who aspired to be a golfer, but he didn't golf very well, so his dreams were always about a terrible golf game where a famous golfer called Sharky would laugh at him, and then after about 6 months of doing great work with a homeopathic remedy called lycopodium, which is associated with the lion in the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
So it gives confidence.
And courage.
And courage, because the lion is the king of the jungle, but he doesn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
So this man actually was in control of his life, but he didn't know it. So after 6 months of working with lycopodium, he started to have dreams where he got a hole-in-one. And you know what? Last month he actually had a hole-in-one in real life. And he has dreams where Gandhi is there and says to him, "Good shot." So lucid dreaming is taking control of your dream, and rather than the ball ending up in the swamp, you take control of the dream and you get a hole-in-one. So lucid dreaming can be used, I call it reenacting and correctional. It's almost like correctional therapy of the past. I work with a young woman who is very, very broken. She comes from a family of dysfunctional. Her father was an alcoholic. Her life is a very sad one where her father never ever came home for dinner for Christmas.
Oh, that is sad.
So her lucid dreaming was taking control of the situation and in staging. It's almost like a theater.
Where her dad came home for dinner.
Yes. But you know what? The result of that dream was more effective than 10 years of therapy.
Is it does it work with law of attraction in the sense, if you can create this lucid dream, you can take that, because you're putting it out there.
Yes.
Into reality. It'll come back to you. Is it, I mean, it worked for the gentleman with the hole-in-one.
That's right.
Do you have other cases, though,
Yes.
where it actually does do that?
I have a wonderful story where I had a woman who was very headstrong, long history of having difficulty with relationships. She felt she would never marry, and she actually met her man through a dream.
I like to think I did.
She was taking a course. She was doing she was studying karma and astrology and so on, and she had a dream about a man in the class. And she went up to him and she said, "I had a dream about you." And he looked at her and he says, "Wow, that's a great pickup line." And she said, "Yes, I really did. I dreamt that you have such a horrible life that a chicken with no skin, like just the bones of the chicken, has a better life than you."
That's quite the pickup line.
And he said to her, "Yeah, whatever, yeah, whatever." So a month later, they ran into each other, and she said to him, "I had another dream about you. You're sinking in quicksand, and all that's left is your hand."
Wow.
And
I
he
can
said-
think of no guys who would be attracted to me if I went up to them and said any of these things.
And he said to her, "You were right about the first dream, and you're right about the second one. And I know you're like a little angel that's come into my life to help me through these difficult times."
Oh.
And they have a wonderful relationship 10 years later.
So that's great. I'm just going to let everyone know who has just joined our show. You're with the Ask Your Angels talk show, and we're on air every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight we have Alex Gelman with us, and we're talking about dream interpretation, and we have our blankets, so get your tea and your hot cocoa and get all comfortable. Please don't fall asleep during the show. This is for later. And again, we're talking about at the moment lucid dreams. So lucid dreams and dream control sounds like a very positive thing. Is there ever a time when it's dangerous?
Christine, I wouldn't call it dangerous, but you want to make sure that it doesn't become an addiction, or what I call escapism. There's nothing wrong with watching movies. There's nothing wrong with playing, video games or whatever, but you don't want to have a life that is so unhappy that you only derive your pleasure and happiness from the video game or the movie.
Okay.
There are many people
escaping
because life is actually so shallow and has no fulfillment. So I think that would be my own. But unfortunately, there are many people in life who have become spectators. They are not participants. So I think I recently did an interview regarding the avatar movement, regarding people taking identities, regarding, all these video games and everything. And it's the same thing, it's a wonderful concept that if they feel they're too skinny, they create an image where they're strong or sexy or this or the other. It's wonderful, but you need to carry it forward into real life. Mm-hmm. That would be my only concern.
Okay, no, that's valid. I appreciate that. Can lucid dreams be associated with out-of-body experiences?
Yes, they can.
And how so?
As an advanced dreamer, you can create whatever dream story you want. Like I'm going to go to Mars, I'm going to go to Jupiter, I'm going to go to Hawaii.
But do you actually go there?
When you dream, you can actually travel.
Okay. This explains why I'm so tired in the mornings.
Yes, that certainly can do it.
I know I've been to Mexico.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I get around in my dreams, probably more than I do.
And again, it's important to take control, because if you have a very busy life, sometimes we can't be as active as we'd like to be. We need to keep it under check.
Okay. Can we learn from lucid dreams?
Yes, we can learn a tremendous amount. You can use lucid dreams, like I'm saying, to correct past emotional traumas. You can use lucid dreams to stimulate creativity. I have many stories I can tell you of great inventors in the past that basically came up with some of their formulas.
Like Edison?
Sure, Edison.
Can you give us an example?
Sure, when he wanted to know how space traveled, he would take a nap and the information would come from the universe. Many of the great writers, the story of Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde, that was a dream.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Who's the author? Remind me.
Oh, gosh. Dr. Jekyll. Anyone out there want to chat that one in?
Yeah, who is it?
I should know that.
I know that one.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is just checking on her computer in case you're wondering what she's doing. Does anyone in our audience know Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Who wrote that? Well, you guys aren't very quick tonight. You must be all cozy in your blankets. We're losing them.
We'll figure it out.
Well, it'll come to us.
That's right.
Alex, what are dream signs?
Dream signs are a little bit of a shamanistic tool. When a shaman goes on a journey, he has, kind of like when you're going, you're going to Toronto tomorrow, and you've got kind of like doorposts along the way that tells you you're on the right track. Mm-hmm. Like, you see certain stores or certain signs. It's highway signs. It's a confirmation that you're on the track to that dream that you've created.
Okay, and there's a way to interpret them?
No, they're not. They're not there really for interpretation. They're there just to confirm that you're on that road to lucid dreaming.
Oh, okay, so it's an affirmation.
It's an affirmation.
Kind of thing.
You've actually put them there to guide you on that road.
Okay. That's, the mind's a really amazing
it's
thing.
like highway maps. It's like a highway sign that directs you to the 407, the 403, or the 401.
Tells you where to go.
Yeah. Because if I want to, last night I had that great dream about Hawaii and riding the dolphins. So tonight I want to do that again. So I want to make sure that I go to the San Francisco airport and I go from here to here, and then I'm going to end up in Hawaii. So those are my dream signs.
Can you tell us, and you might not be ready, this could be down,
Sure.
later in the show, but I'd like to know how to do that, because sometimes you wake up, and I'm sure everyone's had this, where you feel like you're living another life, and part of me feels that maybe we do astro travel too, and we're living another life on another plane, and because it just feels so real, and then you wake up and you want to go back.
You want to go? Yes.
I never go back. I might later, a few years later, you know what I mean, but never the next night. Do we have an online question? Nope. Okay, so
Okay.
Is it possible to die in your dreams? You know that feeling of falling or someone... they always say that if you're going to get murdered in a dream, wake up before it actually happens.
Okay, let me answer that one in two fashions. Your question is do we die in dreams? Let's have that one as an extension of the piece of the lucid dreaming, because something that the lucid dreaming actually can do is confront nightmares.
Okay.
So when we have people with recurring nightmares, dreams of death or monsters chasing you or whatever it is, if once you learn how to do the lucid dream control, you go in and you confront the monster or the boogeyman, And all that is our own fears or traumas or regrets that haunt us. So again, lucid dreaming is all about you taking control of your life.
So it can't kill us unless we want it to, basically.
Okay, dreams of death are, somebody comes in to see me and they tell me, oh, Alex, I had the worst dream of my life. I dreamt that I die and I saw myself buried in a coffin. Horrible, horrible dream.
That would be horrible.
However, it is the most powerful, positive dream of all time.
Is this sign of rebirth?
Correct.
Okay.
It's the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly.
So it's a good sign.
That's right.
It's not as frightening as you think.
They're coming to see me to heal their lives. In order for them to heal, there will be a part of themselves that must die in order for the butterfly to emerge.
Okay. So next time you're in a coffin, remember that. I'm just going to hold right there. We have an online question.
A question came a while ago. Twin Flame asked...
We love Twin Flame.
There's my speed.
Hi, Twin Flame.
Hi, Twin Flame.
Where'd it go? Can lucid dreams be shared with someone else?
Remember we were talking about that earlier, whether you can share them.
Yes, you can. It's almost cyclical. The psychic energies of the universe, especially, if you bring astrology into it, there's basically 12 paths of the moon. And all of us at certain times and certain periods share some of those paths. So there would be all of these spirits that would be in path 1, path 2, all the different 12 paths. So I basically have done studies, and I'm actually working towards a dream, my own dream, not a sleeping dream, but a life dream goal, that I want to do a book one day that actually would share that concept. Because I'm doing tracking with the people that come to see me, the patients and clients, where I'm finding that people that have what's called a lunar return during that year experience significant changes in the relationship with the mother. The lunar signifies the mother. So during that period, I'm finding that everybody has dreams about mother, going back to the childhood to do with the mother, major mother, traumas, healing, so on. So yes, we share dreams within these 12 cycles of the lunar cycles.
And I'm not sure if that answers the question or not, because I had asked you earlier before the show started, can people share dreams? And I was wondering more, let's say I dreamt, I met a friend and we had a discussion, and he had the same dream that night. And is that astral travel, do you think? But can you have the identical dream?
Yes, you can.
You can.
You can.
Do you have people that have actually shared that with you, that they have had that?
I've had people that had the same dream and didn't know each other.
Oh, okay.
I'm referring more to that versus people that know each other.
Right.
Because they're actually on the same cycle.
Okay.
They're working through the same kind of stuff.
Can Twin Flame give us an example of, does that answer your question?
Just a response of cool.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Cool's good.
Thank you.
Why do some dreams keep repeating themselves? Sometimes you have the same dream over and over again.
Do you have a navigator, Christine?
No?
No? Okay.
A navigator?
The car navigator.
Like a GPS?
Yes,
I do.
yeah,
I call it the direction pitch.
Okay, that's her. I know. Okay, when you don't do what she tells you to do, she doesn't shut up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like when I want to take the highway and
Yes.
it says, "Hey, I'm taking the highway," and she keeps telling me to exit, and I ignore her.
Right.
Yeah.
She will tell you over and over again.
To exit.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
she's rude that way.
That is the recurring dream. We don't get the message.
Oh.
Okay,
We're not getting
Listening.
the message.
So it's going to repeat it till we get it. One of the biggest things about dreams is they're here to keep us on track. We were all born with a divine plan, spiritual plan, and life mission.
Mm-hmm.
We all have some form of spiritual life mission.
Yes,
Okay?
I believe that.
When that life mission is, when we've gotten off the road, the dreams are there to get us back on track. And if we don't, they tend to increase the intensity of the dream so that we finally get it.
No, that makes total sense.
And we have a question.
We do.
Question that came across. So, what if you can't remember dreams at all?
What if you cannot remember dreams at all is the question. And we have a big section on that one. And where do we start? Why don't we start with talking about the things that block dream recall?
Mm-hmm.
it's a very complicated topic. Okay, let's start off with things that block dream recall. Could be hormonal, could be medications, drugs, alcohol. The one that the most popular one, and I know it's one we don't like to hear, is we truthfully don't want to see what our subconscious has to say.
We're in denial.
We're in denial. And I would probably put in there, we're not present. I'm very open with my audience. I always talk a great deal about myself because I know it helps other people. I will say that for the longest time, when I've gone through major traumas in my life, the way I've dealt with it is I'm not present. I disconnect. And during those periods, I don't dream at all. And I'm like a top-rate dreamer. I'm one of those people that can do 6-8 dreams and remember them all. But when I've had major, really big stuff in my life, like when my little dog was hit by a car, I didn't dream one single dream for 3 years.
So we do have control.
What do you mean we have control?
We have control over our dreams. If, like you said, you disconnected, so in a way you had control, did you not? That you didn't want to dream about it?
I was very disappointed I didn't have dreams. I felt I wasn't connected to God and my higher power.
Okay.
But the reason that I wasn't dreaming was because the amount of pain and emotional pain I was carrying would have overwhelmed me.
Okay.
So at that point, I wasn't remembering the dreams. They were still happening. We all dream.
Okay, we just don't always remember.
That's right, but there are many reasons for that.
Okay.
Why don't we talk a little bit about the Greeks and the Indians from India and the Chinese? They have dream incubators.
What is that?
A dream incubator is it's a place you go to where it will induce dreams. And to induce dreams is kind of like
Is that like a hologram kind of idea?
No. It's you basically need to purify yourself. You need to detoxify the body. You need to center yourself. The more stressed you are, like I'm saying, when I was going through a lot of trauma, I wasn't dreaming because my mind was busy processing all those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about calming you down, meditation, getting you present in your body. Detoxifying the digestive and liver is a key issue that will intervene with remembering the dreams. And then people remember their dreams. There are 3 things you can take that will help you with dreams. Any form of essential fatty acids, including lecithin and flax oil. I say to people, hemp hearts are great to help you remember dreams. Eat it, don't smoke it. Okay? Vitamin B5 and B6 and choline inositol, which helps the liver, are all great products that will help you with dreams. There is another line of products in homeopathy that are the chakra drops. The chakra drops, particularly if we focus on chakra 5, 6, and 7, will induce dreaming. Particularly if we focus on the 6th and 7th chakra, which is the
your crown, right?
Crown, and the 6th is the third eye. That will create incredible dreams. People just have it just cleans out the subconscious.
And which one was that?
It's a line of homeopathic remedies called Terra Medica.
Terra Medica.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Can you get that at a health store? Or just from a homeopath?
You can get them from a homeopath, and some of the high-end holistic type pharmacies will carry them.
Okay. Terra Medica.
Yes. Probably the biggest thing we need to talk about is the fact that we dream in the REM state. And the REM state is not often till later in the night. And quite often we move out of REM, and by the time we've moved out of REM, we forgot to dream. So probably the one that I do with people, which is silly but it works, is to drink lots of water before you go to sleep. Because your bladder is going to wake you up. Mm-hmm. And when you wake up, you'll be able to, you'll be in the middle of the dream.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I don't like the idea, and many of the dream books suggest having an alarm clock. The alarm clock just wakes you, it just you kind of get startled into reality. The bladder is more subtle. It's like a little push saying, hey, it's time to go to the bathroom. So you go to the bathroom and keep a little piece of paper beside your bed and just write down images. And then when you wake up, look at those images and try to access the rest of the dream. I find sounds simplistic, but I find that really works well with people.
So get yourself right when you're in the middle of it.
Yep.
We have a question.
Yes.
We've got a couple of things that come across. This goes back, originally Twin Flame asked, when you get a chance, can you please recommend a good book on lucid dreaming?
Oh, you have a great book with you. Yes?
Okay.
No,
No?
Okay. Yes and no.
Oh, okay. Next.
Next
No, it's okay.
question.
It's okay. We'll deal with the lucid dreaming.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the book I brought today. It doesn't have very much on lucid dreaming. I did find a web page on the internet, which I'm happy to send to Christina. She can put it on her blog that has like 50 pages on everything you want to know about lucid dreaming. How to do it, what not to do, step by step, invocations, meditations, affirmations. It's out of this world, this lucid dreaming webpage.
I think I was on that yesterday.
Okay. www.dreamviews.com. It's all about lucid dreaming. Okay?
Okay, so we'll set that up on the blog.
Yeah.
And if you're not reading the blog, shame on you. Read my blog.
Okay.
We had a couple of questions, yes?
Okay, the second one, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this relates. Someone put, I do get the idea you claim dreams to be a God-related thing. May I ask which specific God that is? That's an online question.
Okay, our online question is, repeat it for me again. You claim that, basically, I'll paraphrase. The question is, I'm claiming that God intervenes in our dreams and that the dreams are a message directly from God. Did I get it?
Basically, and they're wondering what God that is.
Okay, we get into a personal territory. Okay.
Yes.
One of the other things that I do is I'm a reverend with Universal Oneness United Faith Canada. Universal Oneness United Faith Canada. And under the UOUFC, we believe that there is one God, but it's just different names. It's about one higher power, whether we choose to call it Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Muhammad. It's a personal choice. We do multi-faith services that honor all gods, goddesses, nature, the universe, the sky, the wind, the trees, the flowers, the fish, the birds. They are all part of spiritual God's higher plan. That's just my own personal belief. It's unique to every person. We also say there are people who don't believe in any gods or goddesses, and that's okay. So it's your own higher power. Okay? So it's the intervention of your own higher power, or whatever name you choose to call your higher power, that is sending you a message. And that message will come through in what I'm calling the superconscious dreams, which can be a telepathic dream, it's a message from the divine, or it's a prophecy dream.
That's very well worded. I appreciate that. I think that probably answers the question. I wanted to ask you, can dreams reflect health issues?
Absolutely. It's a really, really big section. And I've got some notes here on the shamanistic approach on dreams, which I want to share with our audience today. And the shamanistic approach to dreams is, dream is a stage to react scenes of weakness and submissiveness and do it differently next time. It creates the stage to make a choice and correct unresolved issues. It builds positive self-esteem and begins to set the stage for a positive foundation to build life on. I think that piece, all of these shamanistic approach to dreams, is also part of the lucid dream, taking control of the dream. As far as health, the health dreams are actually ruled by the fifth chakra. So why don't we just move straight into how to interpret dreams? Because we can basically, I had a girl, she had a very successful life, very wonderful marriage, everything seemed great. But her dreams were always about being hit by thunderbolts, living in a house that was a shack, just disastrous, horrible. She was a beggar in the streets. So you got to think that everything in the dream is a mirror image of you. Okay, so just stay with me on this one. I have a dream that I have a house that goes on forever and ever and ever and ever into space. Okay,
so I would not want a house clean that house.
I know. Okay, so that's a dream that I am growing in leaps and bounds. If I have a house that is a shack, and the basement is filled with, I don't know, rodents and garbage and mold, that's a dream that my foundation, which could very well be my reproductive organs, if we go with first chakra, is filled with fungus and has a problem. You can take the dream, everything in the dream is a reflection of the body. Okay?
Okay. I'm with you.
So we have a dream about the house, and the roof is, there's holes in the roof. That's the head.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So everything in the dream is a mirror image. I find that a lot of people go into what I call victim consciousness when they're dealing with a dream. Look at this horrible dream with what happened to me. No, I have a dream. I always use this example. I have a dream where somebody steals my, a thief steals my purse. I can focus on the thieves out there that are out to get me. No, this is a dream about what part within me is the thief. A purse is a woman's most valuable possession. She has her money, her ID, all of the things that are valuable to a woman. But I am actually the thief. So what am I doing to not support myself? And how am I stealing my greatest possessions? Am I not taking care of myself to do with food? Am I not getting enough rest? Am I abusing myself in any fashion? Am I sabotaging my dreams or my sense of self-worth?
That makes sense.
Okay, so everything in the dream is about the individual. It's a reflection.
Okay.
Probably the most powerful dream you can have is teeth.
If you dream about teeth.
Teeth are a really powerful thing in health. Someday,
Tech guy's smiling at me.
I know. Teeth is very, very funny because unfortunately, it's an uncomfortable subject. The only way that scientists would be able to identify who you were is through your teeth.
Oh, that's true.
They are there forever. So they are your foundation.
Unless you've dentures.
Yeah, but then, they track it down. So teeth represent your foundation.
Okay.
Okay? So I had somebody phone me today and ask me about teeth. She heard the show was coming tonight. She says, wow. She says, I'm right on the ball. I had a teeth about my 3 teeth in the front come out. Every tooth rules an organ.
So she's lost a few organs then?
No, the teeth that actually came out in the dream are her kidney teeth, and she suffers from constant bladder infections.
Okay.
Every tooth rules an organ.
So if I haven't dreamt about teeth at all...
That's wonderful.
Yay!
That's good. That's good.
All right.
But everything but let's go to another category. We can induce dreams. You know what? I'm feeling really, really sick, and nobody really knows what's wrong with me, and I can't get a handle on my health.
Isn't that what Edgar Casey would do?
That's right.
He was the...
Induced dreams, that's right.
Right.
So tonight when I go to bed, I'm going to ask my higher power, and I'm going to repeat it 7 times. My higher power, please send me a dream to tell me what's really wrong and how I can correct it.
Okay.
And your desires will always be answered if you're willing to look.
Is 7 times significant, or that's...
Yes, the 7 is the holy number.
Is it really?
Yes.
7 has always resonated with me.
7 is a
I
holy
talked about
number.
this in
It's
past
it's a
shows.
holy-
It comes up in
it's
my
holy
life
number.
everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you're stuck on, I'm thinking of changing a job, I'm thinking of moving, ask for a dream. Get some input from your higher self, your subconscious, or whatever higher power you believe in.
And ask 7 times before
Yes.
you go to bed tonight. I think
Yes.
everybody should do that.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure we all have questions we need answers to, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Can dreams... Now, I think we kind of covered this. Can dreams link to premonition and telepathy?
Absolutely.
So they can predict your
Yes.
future.
Let's touch on that one a little bit.
I mean, not the lucid where you make it happen, but the ones, let's say, that come from God, prophecy.
Yeah. Sometimes it's difficult to know a prophecy dream. I have a dream. I once had a dream about a colleague I went to school with, and sometimes I'm not sure whether it's a prophecy dream or it's a symbolic dream of the part within me that is like him. Do you follow that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the way that I'm choosing to look at that is that it's actually both.
Okay.
I think the other piece that we haven't touched on, that it's very important when you wake up to take stock of the emotion you feel in your gut about the dream. That will overrule all dream books, all interpretation.
What if you wake up, like I said, I had this dream before where I literally lived another life. I had a different husband, I had different children. I woke up and I remembered it all at that moment. I woke up in the middle of the night, I remembered all of it, but it felt so real that I was literally heart sick, like when if you had just lost your family. heartbroken.
Okay, let's stay with that dream a moment now, Christine. Okay, hold on to that thought. Okay, first of all, I have people that have that dream, and what that dream actually means is that they're getting, we're made up of many parts within our subconscious and conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting to know new parts of yourself. It's a new family. You got new parts within yourself that are supporting you. And I think, I hate to say it, and I'm just going with feel, the uncomfortable gut feeling is that perhaps in the past you weren't there to support yourself and you didn't feel you had the support that you now have.
Well, that's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you're going back as far as childhood.
That's
maybe?
right.
Okay,
That's
that's
correct.
true.
So that dream tells me that in the past, what was familiar and comfortable was you were used to being independent because you could never count on people being there for you. All of a sudden, you have all these parts within yourself that believe in Christine. They believe in her dreams. They believe in the show and going forward with the show and all the new ventures in your life. And it feels really weird because it feels kind of like sickly. Okay?
That could be it.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can dreams reflect past life experiences, though?
Absolutely.
So that could have been a past life. And again, I'm just using that
Sure.
as an example.
Yeah. I would take it as past life, and I would also take that it's a symbolism that you're now in a place where you actually, all the parts within you have unified, and they're supporting Christine.
Okay. Okay. So, is there a way to determine if you've dreamt something, if it's past life? There's no 100%. Like, do you just go with a gut feeling? I
Go
guess
with a gut
again.
feeling. Go with a gut feeling.
Okay. Then we talked about external stimuli affecting your dreams.
Yes.
Alcohol, drugs.
Yep.
Um,
How to induce dreams, how to remember things to help remember dreams. I think the other category I want to touch on is I do a lot of work with grief support groups. Okay, I do a lot of work with funeral homes, and we have our own grief support group in Toronto, Hamilton, and Burlington. And dreams are a really big piece in the healing of grief. And the way that we approach grief is not just about a death, but it's about all of the losses of our lifetime. People that have lost their houses, they've lost the dream of having a house, whether it's divorce, marriage, loss of job, loss of health, loss of pet. Losses come in so many fashions.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest loss of all is the loss of what we thought our life was going to be.
That's true,
And that's
because
devastating.
everything changes
And that's
when you
devastating.
lose someone close to you.
So dreams become an incredible healing tool to help the individual accept the new life or the loss. And helps them move. There are 5 phases of grief. It helps them move through those 5 phases.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where they're now ready to accept a new life. Classic dreams I can give you in that category was I was working with a girl. She lost her father. And she had a very difficult time accepting he was gone. And death is devastating. It changes your life forever.
It does.
And she had a dream that really, really helped her. And the dream was that they go to Disneyland. And there's this great ride. She drew me a picture, and I've got a little cartoon of it. And she's going through the Cave of Wonders. It's from Aladdin, all right? And they're in the little ride, and she's in the little ride, the little cart with her father and a teddy bear, all right? And they go in the ride, and they come out the other end, and the big, lion face comes out, and the father's no longer there, and it's only the little girl with a teddy bear. And the big lion says, "You are now ready to move into your life unencumbered." Father was an alcoholic.
Oh, okay.
See, when somebody dies,
So it brings some positive aspect.
it brings
In a
closure.
sense,
It brings
closure.
closure. See, when somebody dies, we actually go into shock. And when we go into shock, I'm going to use the expression, it's almost like an out-of-body experience. We are no longer present.
Mm-hmm.
So that's those periods I'm talking about that people go through huge trauma that they actually stop dreaming.
Mm-hmm. We've had that in past shows too, where they
Yeah.
say you actually do have an out-of-body experience.
You have out-of-body
Your
experience.
soul can't handle it,
Yeah.
and it disappears.
You go into robotic, you do everything you have to do, you go through life, but you're actually not here.
It's kind of like,
too
again, when you're
painful.
driving down the road and you don't know how you got from A to B.
That's right.
You know you drove the car, but
Yeah.
you have no recollection.
That's right. We're not present.
It's amazing that we can do that
Yeah.
when you think about
Mhm.
it. Okay, just want to let our viewers know if you are chatting in a question and we're not answering it right now, it's because we've kind of lost our tech guy. So hang in there, and hopefully, if you have any questions, we will answer them shortly. What are the benefits of interpreting your dreams?
I would be here for days, Christine. Benefits of interpreting dreams. Where do we start? It gives you life direction. It confirms that you're on the right path as far as your spiritual mission. It gives you insight into your health and how to stay healthy and be the best person you can be to your optimal self. It opens up creativity. I think we got to talk about the fact that people that are aspiring to be, whether any form of an artist, creativity, you know what? It's kind of funny, you know, I work with writers, television producers, musicians, you know, and how often do they sit there staring at you? In the olden days, it was a typewriter. Now it's a computer terminal or a piece of music, and nothing comes. You know what? Go have a nap, and you'll come back refreshed with new ideas. It's an incredible place where you can go for new creative input.
So it's a very positive thing.
It's very,
for sure.
very positive. It's a place where you can heal the past. You know, it's numerous. And it's almost like I'm going to say that certainly when I've gone through periods where I didn't dream, I felt incomplete.
So if you have sleep deprivation, then that isn't a good thing, because you most likely wouldn't dream at all, would you?
Well, sleep deprivation concerns me on a couple of other levels. Sleep is the number one time when the body regenerates. So if you're not sleeping enough time in the REM stage, the body is not regenerating. Okay? So it's kind of the time when the battery recharges. So unfortunately, when I'm working with my chronic fatigue patients and they can't sleep at night, we end up with them being more and more and more tired. The more tired you are, the less energy there is to heal the body. Not to mention that they're not working through their stuff that they're working out. So we got it's going.
They're not focused.
Right. It's happening on two levels. Okay, the deficit. I got another angle for you. I have found in my work with dreams, with coaching people on dream work, that they get the most incredible dreams when they're ready to embrace their creative self. And I work with a lot of very high-end business men and women, executives, and they're driven. They're, you know, the old type A personality, and they're working. They're in bed with their computers and their whatever iPads and the Blackberries and everything else. But when I can actually take them away from that and put them in an environment, whatever the creative outlet be, whether it's music, painting, art, poetry, dancing, they have the most incredible, powerful dreams when they start to embrace creativity. And in most cases, it actually happened on the first class that they took.
So your creative side, which that's
right brain.
The right brain.
That's right.
So they're
left-
more right brain thinkers
Right.
have better dreams.
Yes, because they're
Okay.
visual. When we have the type A personality that is driven, goals, detail, so on, they're functioning out of left brain. If they're left brain dominant, there will be less dreams. We need to open up the right brain to allow the visual in for the dreams.
Okay.
Because don't forget, right brain is where emotion lives.
Mm-hmm.
There's no emotion in the left brain. Left brain is it's almost like we think the emotion. We don't feel it.
We don't feel it.
We
Okay.
think it.
How does sleepwalking tie into dreams?
Sleepwalking is a very complicated one. Sleepwalking is actually unresolved traumas from the past. So it's up there with nightmares.
Okay. And sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis ties in with the REM, the deep REM stage of dreaming actually shuts down the nervous system, because if we were to dream and I'm chasing a dinosaur, if the skeletal muscular system were not shut down, I'd be in my dream, arms would be running, legs would be moving, so it actually shuts down the muscular skeletal sensors. So sometimes the person wakes up and everything is actually stiff. It's like
They feel like they can't move.
they can't move. They're still in
Okay.
that state where the brain actually shut down the sensors that tells the legs to move or the arms to move or the fingers to move.
And why do they have that feeling of falling?
It depends on the dream.
Like, a lot of people say that's you're having an out-of-body experience.
I
It's your
haven't
soul leaving the body.
I haven't actually experienced. I haven't had people mention
No.
that one.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'll have people saying, "Hey, I fell off a cliff," and you actually feel
Feel-
the sensation.
like you're falling.
That's correct, which is the whole thing about the dreams feel so real.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that feeling of falling. I do.
But well, then we can go to the other end. People love flying dreams. It's the ultimate
I've
symbol.
had those.
There's the ultimate symbol of its freedom.
Those are fabulous.
They're fabulous.
I had those all the time when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably was my outlet for wanting to be free.
Correct, that's right. And think
I'll
about,
have to be a psychiatrist to figure that one out.
I know. But look at the way that your subconscious and it was compensating to give you a place of refuge from your whatever was going on in your life.
Yes. It's amazing. It is.
You know, your higher power and your subconscious will always look after you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, definitely. What's the difference between night terrors and nightmares? Is there a difference? Is it the same thing?
I'll give you my take on it. I deal with a lot of children that it's almost like they wake up in night terrors. They just wake up and they're like terrified. And that's the look.
Okay.
Okay?
Does the nightmare still play out in front of them even
Yes.
though
Yes.
they look like they're awake?
There's-
It's like a sleepwalking kind of thing.
They're still in the nightmare. They're terrified.
Okay.
Okay?
That's what
And
it is.
the nightmare is either unresolved trauma or it's actually fears that are manifested in the form of monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And I love working with people. And I had one woman that was constantly chased by horrible-looking men, and of course there was a really sad history. She was raped, so there was some nasty stuff in her past. And I love this dream. She, of course, she's dressed to the hilt. The gorgeous black high heels. She looks great. And this creature's coming, chasing behind her, trying to grab her. And she turns around and she karates and puts her fist through its head, and it's a skull, and just goes flying in all directions. She tells me. But again, she's empowering and taking control of the man who assaulted her in the past. She's no longer a victim.
Oh, we have a question. That's kind of like a lucid dream.
It's taking control.
Right. Okay. We have a question?
Yeah, there was a question that came up. Do you have any tricks to wake up when you know you are dreaming but can't wake up? So I'm not sure
Well, I know there's ways to do it because I saw it online yesterday. Are you familiar at all with how to do it?
Basically, I probably
Drinking the water.
Well, drinking the water will wake you up. One of the dreams that maybe I want to touch on is not directly your question, but I'll give it my best shot. Is the most powerful dream you can have is when you're dreaming you're having a dream.
Okay.
Like you actually dream that you see yourself dreaming. So it's a dream within a dream.
Mm-hmm. No, I've heard of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you've got to kind of go into the lucid dream
And you
dream
tell
control.
yourself, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah. I mean,
But what
again,
if
why
you're
don't
not
we-
viewing it that way, though?
Okay, why don't we go with the angle that when you go to bed, you tell yourself, subconscious, please wake me up when there's something very symbolical or significant about a dream that I need to wake up.
And try it that way.
Yeah.
7 times.
7 times. What do you think?
I think it's worth a try.
It's worth a try. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't.
I've never mastered that. I've had nightmares where I think I know in my dream I'm having a nightmare, but I've never been able to wake myself up.
I mean, you will wake up when it's the right time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I'm going to approach it another way. I think it's about trust. You will never be harmed.
Mm-hmm.
You will never be you're not in danger. And as horrible as this sounds, the worse, the more uncomfortable the dream, the greatest your growth is.
It's like life.
Growth hurts. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a caterpillar that goes into a cocoon. This little caterpillar dies and goes into the cocoon, and then the cocoon breaks up, and it's almost like my little body's breaking up, and I turn into this butterfly. I'm sure those metamorphoses hurt. We can go with the symbolism of the Scorpio. It goes the Scorpio to the snake, to the eagle, to the phoenix. Metamorphosis and transformation hurts. And you will always be looked after. You are divinely protected.
It's kind of like when we move on to our next life.
That's right.
I hope it doesn't hurt.
You will wake up when you're meant to wake up, and your subconscious will deliver the full message as you need to see it and perceive it.
Okay. I hope that answers the question. I think
yes.
that was a great
Yeah.
attempt. I just want to say for those of you who are joining us, you are with the Ask Your Angels talk show. You can check out our website at www.askyourangels.ca, and also you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Tonight we have Reverend Alex Gelman with us, and we're talking about dream interpretation. So if you've had any dreams lately that you want answers to, please chat in questions. We look forward to that. And going back to dreams, would dreams fall under the heading of paranormal?
Not in my estimation. I like to think of, okay, we're looking at a dream interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
There's basically two types of interpretation. There is perhaps paranormal or metaphysical interpretation. I mean, the old traditional book was, I think it was called Solars or something, is with a Z. And I know you have a little one you showed me earlier in the evening.
Oh,
it's
bring it down.
yeah, it's a symbolic meaning, and it's almost like tarot cards that you look up the meaning of the card.
Oh yes,
You know,
I have a book like that.
Right. So that would be, I would put dreams under that paranormal or metaphysical umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is what I call, which is the psycho-spiritual interpretation, which is that everything in the dream is a mirror image of, everything I dream is a mirror image of me.
Which makes sense because
Yeah.
there are dreams,
Mm-hmm.
after all.
But you can actually interpret it in both fashions. One of the dreams I want to share with you, because you may be freaked out when you have that dream, and it's kind of a little
Which
bit
dream was that?
off topic. It's not off topic. It's just discolored or whatever you want to call it.
Is this the one where I dreamt of the other family?
No.
No?
The greatest dream you can have is actually excrement.
I did not have a dream about that.
Ask for that dream because it means riches. It means wealth.
Oh, okay. We're all going to ask for that tonight.
Okay, so when I have a dream of my dog or my cat pooing all over my house,
Oh, nice.
that's wealth. That's the greatest dream you can have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about when your cat actually does poo all over your house?
No, it's only in the dream.
Darn it.
It's only in the dream. It's only in the dream.
Oh, that's
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you dream yourself in pink, that one means all your dreams will come true.
That's my favorite color. Does that
Yeah.
have any significance, even
yes.
though I'm not dreaming it?
You're going to get your dreams.
All right.
If you dream yourself in red, that's a warning you got to take care of your health.
Okay. I actually do have a dream I'd like to get an interpretation
Okay,
of
sure.
because this is one that did reoccur over and over again when I was first with Tech Guy. I had this dream that I was a middle-aged woman. I was probably 50, 60. And I had an abusive husband who always, I knew blatantly was having affairs, would bring them home. We lived in this dingy little apartment. I just knew that I was an abused wife. He would bring these women home and flaunt it in my face. It happened all the time. And then the dream kind of grew. And then the last time I dreamt it was the last woman he brought home was my best friend. And that was it for me. I was like, okay, I draw the line there, kind of thing. That was the push I needed. So the next thing, I jumped to this scene where I'm going over a cobblestone bridge. It's just a little tiny cobblestone bridge, and everything's cobblestone. And I've got my suitcase packed, and as I'm going over the bridge, at the bottom of the bridge is my best friend. And I said to her, I can't do this anymore. I have to leave him. I can't do this. And she looks terrified, and she's looking beyond me. And I turn around, and there's my husband, and he stabs me to death. I actually have a birthmark. You could put your finger in it, of where the stab wound was. So I've always thought this is a past life. It felt very, very real, but I would love to have your take on that.
Okay, we have a lot to talk about. Let's start at the beginning, Christine. Okay, my first take on the dream is I'm going to interpret it from the psychospiritual point of view. Psychospiritually, it's a dream that tells me, and you don't have to go into intimate details with your audience, but just reflect on yourself. The dream is about all of the ways that you betray yourself, all the ways that you cheat on yourself. So again, remember, we're made up of many, many parts. Like I actually do a coaching exercise where we identify all of our parts. People can have from 12 to 100 different parts. So there are parts within you that are cheating on you.
Mm-hmm.
You tell yourself, I don't know, you're going to start to work out, you're going to eat healthier. But there's a part of you that goes, no chance. I'm going to just eat all the cookies and all of the ice cream. So that's the part within you that's actually cheating on yourself because it's not supporting the overall goal that you have set for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And maybe having a career that you didn't necessarily
Whatever.
want.
Okay, so this happened over and over again. So there are many parts within yourself that are actually not supporting Christine's main goal.
Okay.
At some point, you thought there was a part of you that really supported yourself, which is the symbolism of the best friend, but then ends up being that even she is not there with you. I think this is a dream to me that's a precursor to the dream of the new family. Because this is a dream about no support, only betrayal.
Yes.
The bridge is always a symbolism of transition, crossing the bridge.
Okay.
Okay? You made up your mind that you were no longer going to allow those parts within you to undermine you, betray you, and not be there for you.
And become more empowered.
Yes. To touch on the thing about your back, there has been historically many episodes where people actually wake up with, scars and cuts and, where they come from. We'll put them under paranormal.
Well, I was born with this.
Oh, okay.
That's why I thought it was a past life.
Okay.
Because they say when
Yes.
you come back,
you have the mark.
yes.
Yeah. But I do have people that develop different marks while they're sleeping.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's kind of scary.
That's the paranormal.
Oh. So, well, going back to that, is it possible that some dreams are actually happening?
Well, they're happening.
We
in the
think
act-
they're real, but they are the paranormal.
They're
invading. Can paranormal energies invade your dreams?
Yes. It's happening within the astral field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So not actually in your room while you're asleep, but it's on some
You've gone
plane.
to another plane.
Okay. Wow. Well, a lot of people out there aren't going to go to sleep tonight.
I know. I get lots of people who give me, they argue about all the benefits of drugs and all types of drugs that will induce great dreams and this and that. No, that's just putting you at risk. That is dangerous and that is at risk that puts you into those negative planes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Can you give us some other examples of dreams that you've interpreted?
Let me think which other one comes to mind.
And again, if you have any questions out there, please contact us. Chat them in. If you have a dream journal, now's the time to pull it
We'll
out.
talk about dream journals. Let's touch on dream journals. I think something that's very important for our listeners tonight is to establish symbolism. So you keep the dream journal, and after maybe, whatever it is, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it be, 3 months, 6 months, a year, several years, take a look at the symbolism.
If it repeats itself?
It will repeat itself.
Okay.
Okay? And then do the interpretation based on the symbolism. You also have scenarios where you actually see the a pattern that all of the dreams actually continue into the next. It's like a story.
So you can piece it all together like
That's
a
correct.
puzzle.
That's correct. It's a puzzle.
Okay.
So the dream journal is actually a puzzle. Okay?
I think everyone should keep one. I've tried. I forget. I'll do it a few times and then but I think it's a good thing to do.
It's a really good thing to do, and then go back and read it.
Mm-hmm. And didn't you say that's how Jekyll and Hyde came to
That's
be?
right. That's
Did
right.
we ever get a response on that?
what is that
Do we
guy?
know who wrote
I will get it for
Jekyll
you.
and Hyde?
I will get that for you. The other one I want to talk about, and I've done it, and it's hard to do, but I have done it in the past. I haven't been doing it lately. Is when you have, let's say, a nightmare or some form of what we perceive as a negative dream, and again, it's falling under the lucid dream and the dream control. I wake up, go to the bathroom, I take in my 6 cups of water before bed. I wake up, check in, check out, and I go back in and continue where I left off.
Oh, well, that's amazing. I've never been able
I haven't
to
done
do
it in
that.
a long time, but I used to do it.
Now, is there a way to make yourself do that?
Just tell yourself.
I've told myself I want to
7
go back.
times.
Oh, I have not
7
done it.
times.
7 times. Okay, 7
I think
times.
I want to
Because
tell.
some dreams you're like, oh, I can't believe I woke up. That was so good.
That was so good. I think we should talk about the fact that dreams have been around for a very long time. They started in the time of the Mesopotamian Egyptians. All of the ancient cultures all had tremendous amount of how do you pronounce it? Reverence for dreams.
That's kind of like
They were sages and high priests that were devoted.
Joseph.
Yeah, they were high priests devoted to the interpreting of dreams. People would go to special high priests to interpret the dream. because it contains special cryptic information that is very important for the listener, for the dreamer to be aware of.
Have you seen that, Joseph in the Amazing
I love it.
Technicolor
It's
Dream
beautiful.
Coat?
For sure.
Because that's what he
I know.
did. He was the dream guy for the Pharaoh.
Yeah,
And
the 7 fat cows and the 7 lean
yeah,
cows.
that was a great show, by the way.
It's a great show. The other one I want to share with people that works really well is you can do spiritual baths to induce dreams.
Oh, okay. This should be interesting. How do you do
Okay,
that?
so I will put
Like light candles?
no, I will put on my blog and I'll send the details to Christine and you guys can access it. There are different ingredients, and I learned this from Mexico. I'm from Mexico, and my mother was a Yaqui Indian from Mexico. So I learned how to use, let's call them kitchen herbs for the best expression, how to induce dreams using kitchen herbs. So there are different things you can put in your bath that will bring on dreams.
But not while you're in the bath.
Yes, while
Let's
you're
just
in the
state,
bath.
please do not dream while you're in
no,
the
you're
bath.
right. Okay, the number one thing that will induce dreaming is 2 cups of how do you pronounce it? Homogenized milk.
Homogenized milk.
Think about it. The Egyptians
A
used to
milk
bathe
bath.
in a milk bath. Why?
Why homogenized?
Because it's got the
Why
fat.
not 2%?
It doesn't
I
work.
need to know.
It doesn't work.
Okay, so
Because-
homogenized.
It's
It's the fatty.
it's a fat. It relaxes the nervous system, and it puts you into the parasympathetic nervous system. If we're in the sympathetic nervous system, which we usually are, we're stressed, we're running, we're everything, we're always in the fight and flight adrenaline response.
I'm smiling because I'm like, you're going to hit me sooner or later. Just know it. That's
But
why I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, if you relax, it's the calcium in the milk or whatever, the more relaxed you are, the more that you can dream.
So 2 cups of milk.
Mhm.
Would you add anything to that?
Well, it depends what kind of dream you want.
Oh, wow.
Okay, anybody, any of our audience they want to have a special kind of dream, or I can give you some highlights. You want dreams about love?
Knowing some of our viewers,
Okay, I'll
yeah,
give you
let's go
highlights.
with that
Okay.
one. That's
Okay,
toning
love,
it down.
Okay, love is honey.
Honey, well, that makes sense.
Okay, money is parsley.
Okay.
Okay. Health is, either it's kind of like things like sage or oregano.
And this is if you want to dream about these things.
Health, if you want a health dream.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think, what would I really want to dream tonight if I had an option? What would I want to dream?
Some hot guy.
Why don't I place a seed that you dream about some, let your higher self tell you new ways to promote the show.
That would be good. So what would I put in the bath for that?
I'd go with the parsley.
Parsley. Okay. Gonna have a milk bath tonight with parsley.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Parsley.
But try the bath. The baths are fabulous to bring on dreams.
Okay. I'm more concerned about parsley in those crevices, but
What crevices?
no. Well, if you're putting parsley in your bath,
Mhm.
it's like, never mind. Okay.
Okay, what you can actually do is you can boil the parsley and don't put the actual herb. Just put the
The essence of the parsley.
put the parsley water, it's like parsley tea. Boil the parsley with water,
Mm-hmm.
and then just put the liquid.
I like that idea.
Okay, and you can do the same thing with the sage, and you can do the same thing with the oregano.
Okay. Now, if you have, how many, 7, 8 dreams a night? What
Mhm.
did we...
Yeah.
Could you put it all in there and have one dream about each thing? Or is that a little confusing?
I would just focus on one topic.
One topic. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
It takes a lot of discipline to be able to get to the point where you can remember the 7, 8 dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are lucky if they remember 1 or 2.
Let's go back to that. How can you help people do that? You had said you had some sort of workshop or
Well,
you work with them to do that.
we'll do a review on it. We had the one about drinking the water because it forces you to wake up when you're in the REM state.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes usually about 90 minutes before you go into the deep sleep where you start to dream.
Right.
Okay?
Because a lot of people toss and turn and...
Sure, it takes time to go to that deep sleep.
Mhm.
The other variable that works against you is that the older we get, the less REM sleep we get. People sleep.
Oh, that's me.
The reason that people age is because we're actually having less and less sleep in the deep state. We're light sleepers. Older people become very light sleepers.
If you get about 6 hours a night, which is me,
Right.
how much REM sleep do you think I might be getting?
Only
And
maybe
I probably take about 10
20%?
minutes to fall asleep.
20%.
That's not very good. Okay.
Okay. So so we're actually dreaming less as we get older. Children and infant, almost the entire night is in REM sleep.
Yeah, they have it made. And they have the afternoon nap.
Okay, they get the bonus.
Okay. What is the significance of the day before in reference to dreaming?
Okay, what do we got? Well, the day before is about the dreaming about, it's the overflow of the day's events. We all have very, very busy lives, and it overflows into the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Something, again, another very strong suggestion to help the dreaming process is to have downtime. So rather than going from, what's the traditional, I'll say North America or Canada, US routine is we have dinner, we watch TV. TV tends to be action-packed. Then we may watch the news, so it's more action and chaos. So we're in an adrenaline, sympathetic nervous system roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
We need downtime.
So reading a book.
I would just
Meditation,
breathe. Again, we want to maximize the time that we have in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to establish a routine where you go to bed every night 10 o'clock, even though you don't fall asleep till 11. Just lie there. Meditate.
Kids do that.
Kids do that.
When like my son always says,
Yeah.
I'm not sleepy, and I say, just lay there.
Just lie there.
Watch your fish tank,
Right,
and
fish are great.
Yeah.
Soft lights in the background, different light therapy, soft music, maybe get some sort of DVD, some sort of chakra meditation, different meditations you play in the background. It's about calming down our spirit that's so agitated from the day.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's why afternoon naps are the best. I find them more restful.
It depends on the person. There's basically two kinds of constitutions. There are constitutions that do great with napping, and those people will live a long time. And there are people that can't do naps. They're the people that if they do a nap, then they can't sleep all night. They can't do naps.
I'm talking like just that hour.
Oh, I'm a napper. I love nap, but there's a lot of people that cannot nap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could if I had the time.
Okay.
I get the odd one in once in a while, but boy, it's great when you do. Any questions from our audience tonight? We are here with Alex Gilman. We are talking about dream interpretation. We have our blankets. We're all cozy. And would love to hear from you. Anything? While we're waiting to see if we have any questions, did you have anything else you'd like to add tonight?
I have a lovely story. I was hired by the Cree Nation some years ago. And I went up to, it felt like the very top of Quebec. And it was late September, so it was already getting a little cold. I remember going to the airport and calling my husband and saying, well, they sent me a one-way ticket. Anyway.
So they wanted to keep you.
They wanted to keep me. Anyway, I went up and I was at the two Cree Nation, the villages of Shishashabi and Wimminji. The first village I went to was Wimminji. And it was. I remember I went with my assistant, and I did homeopathy and health services. I mean, I've never worked so hard. I think I was seeing 75, 80 people every day, from 7 in the morning to sometimes 7, 8 at night. Every night they would film my presentations on healthy nutrition, how to eat healthy. I was there for about 7 days. The last day, I was asked by the chief to have to put on a spiritual circle to help them connect to their spiritual nature, because they felt they had disconnected from their source, from nature, and from their natural connection to the spirits of nature.
Okay.
So I wrote that up. We did a beautiful circle. We burnt sage. We had drumming. And as we were about to start, the wife of the chief said, I must speak. And she said, Alex, I want to tell you, this is how she spoke, I blocked you coming here for 5 years. My husband wanted to bring you here, and I blocked it. She was a nurse because she thought that by me coming up there, I would have blocked them moving forward. Like I would have put them back because I'm perceived as somebody that's natural, while they felt they wanted to embrace more of a medical approach to health, but I am sorry I blocked you for 5 years because the first day you were the first person that I saw, and I've never had a headache again. I've had headaches for most of my life. And that night she had a dream about her mother who said, learn from Alex for she can help your people be healthier.
That's beautiful.
That was just like, it just brought tears to my eyes. That was the most blessing intervention of what's called the ancestors speaking through dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't touched on ancestors. How often do we have dreams of the intervention of our loved ones who have passed on, whether it's fathers, grandfathers, a child? We're what's that expression? We're caught between a stone and what do they call it?
A rock and a hard
A rock
place.
and a hard place, and we don't know what to do. Whatever our problem is, all consuming. Ask your ancestors, your angels. It's tonight's show. Ask your angels or your ancestors to guide you, and they will speak. They will speak through the dream.
They do come. I'm surprised we haven't talked about that yet, because
Yeah.
that's come up in a lot of our shows, that loved ones, because when you're in that theta state or REM sleep,
Mhm.
you are so open that their messages come through so much easier. So they do communicate that
Yes,
way.
they communicate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the beautiful things about dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any questions? No, you guys are so quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they didn't, get into this dream thing too early.
I fell asleep.
Go ahead.
Oh, I got another one for you. Our potential to dream is actually in your astrological chart.
In mine.
And
Everybody's?
everybody's. The planet that rules dreaming is Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces.
Okay.
Pisces rules dreams. So depending on the placement in your chart will tell you a great deal of your capacity to remember dreams, lucid dreaming, dream control. So, that will tell you a great deal.
Will it also tell you when it's the best time to sleep, to have these dreams? Does that make a difference at all? Or just a matter of when you hit the REM sleep?
Well, ideally, you actually want to be asleep before 11 o'clock.
Okay, why is that?
Because it's the circadian rhythms of the sun. A person will have more successful dream experiences between 10 o'clock and 6 in the morning than a person that sleeps 6 in the morning to noon.
I've heard this somewhere
Okay?
a long time ago.
For every hour that you fall asleep before 11 o'clock, you actually it feels like you slept an extra bonus hour.
Okay.
You get a better quality sleep if you fall asleep at 10, even if you sleep 10 to 4, you're going to be more refreshed than if you go to sleep at, 1, 2, you go to bed at 1 o'clock and you sleep for 10 hours. You're going to be more refreshed if you can get to sleep before 11 o'clock.
That's my New Year's resolution, to get more sleep.
Get more sleep.
We have a question. Yay.
Okay. Now, one of the questions that comes up, what are ancestors? And then it goes further and says, I want to know what ancestors are, and how do I know they're my ancestors? So I guess there's been a conversation about ancestors previously.
Well, ancestors, to me, have always been your loved ones who have passed, like your grandfather, your grandfather's grandfather.
Ancestors is a term that I picked up when I used to go to the Orient a lot, and I was fascinated with what they call the ancestor houses, spirit houses. So all over, primarily Singapore, Thailand, there's these lovely little houses with incense and lots of food all around. Those little houses are put up to connect to our ancestors. Basically means our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, even grandparents that we never met because perhaps they weren't alive or they were alive, we were just babies, we don't remember them. They are there to take care of you in helping you keep on your life mission and keep you safe.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. My son today, he's 8, and he asked me the same thing. I think we were watching Caillou, and they were talking about ancestors. He said, "Who are ancestors?" And that's what I said. It's all I said. You're 8 now, but someday, 200 years from now, your children, your children's children.
Yes.
I said, then you'll be an ancestor.
Yes.
That's how it works.
And as we change our patterns in this lifetime, we actually impact the energy of all the past ancestors, and we change the dynamics of all of our future generations.
Mm-hmm. So ancestors is a very powerful thing.
Yeah. When I do emotional iridology, all of the ancestors are actually marked in the eye.
We actually, and I didn't realize you did iridology, believe it or not, but we touched on that quite some time ago. Nicole Dunn was on our show, and she talked about iridology, but we have never had anyone on to talk about it in detail.
No, I certainly would love to tell you more about it on another time.
That's what I was going to say. We should definitely do that down the road. Any other questions tonight? Nope. Alex, is there anything else you wanted to share with our viewers?
Well, I gotta find that Jekyll and Hyde thing. It's driving me nuts. Okay.
I can't believe no one has called us on this. Come on. Twin Flame, are you out there tonight?
It was chatted, but we were in the middle of something else.
Is that when you went on your excursion? I told our viewers we lost Tech Guy for a while in case they were asking questions.
Robert Louis Stevenson.
That's it.
Yay!
That's correct.
Who gave us that?
That's it.
Twin Flame.
That's it. Thank you. Twin
There you
Flame.
go. See, I knew. Didn't I
That's
say
it.
Twin Flame?
That's it. You
Very
knew it. You
reliable.
knew it.
Thank you
And
so
most,
much.
And most of his dreams, most of his novels actually all came from dreams.
That's incredible. I have poetry. I think comes from dreams.
A lot of the our creative seeds come from dreams.
And I always think that is angels and ancestors
Yes,
feeding that
yes.
to us.
I think the other one that we need to touch on, an extension from angels and ancestors, is totems.
Oh, animal totems?
Animal totems.
I love this subject.
And spirit guides.
Yes.
So again, they're just another, again, it's language. You know, we could call it the ancestor. I prefer to call it my hawk spirit guide, hawk totem. They are all there to guide us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think tonight, I want you all to think about what your special angel or your special animal totem is, and have them materialize in the dream and guide you to the dream that you need tonight to put you in the place you need to be in the year ahead. Also help them remove the blocks that are keeping you from realizing your New Year's resolutions.
Mine's a rabbit.
Wonderful.
Does that mean anything significantly?
It's luck.
Is it?
It's luck.
Okay. I have
Rabbits are
rabbits
great.
showing up all
Rabbits
the time.
are wonderful. Mhm.
Okay. I'm lucky. Yay.
Yes, yes.
Another question?
I have a question again. Where do dreams come from? I believe we covered this earlier.
We did, but they may have just
We can touch on it again.
joined us.
Basically, I'm going to go give you the three types of dreams that we have. We basically have what I call the day-to-day overflow from what we experience in life, which is kind of like the pot runs over, you know, as things boil over because the life is so busy. So that will just overflow into our dreams. So that's kind of like details. Those dreams sometimes can also be interpreted there, because why did we choose to focus on this part of today's activities versus another? So we have, sometimes those dreams are regarded as a little bit trivial, but I still interpret those dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the subconscious is revealing the stuff that's buried in the subconscious. So that will come through in the dream, and that's encoded in symbolism. Okay? The third kind of dream is the superconscious, which is the intervention. Again, do we want to call them spiritual ancestors, spirit guides, animal totems, higher power, our own higher power, God, Goddess, universe. So those are the three categories. So that's where dreams come from. They come from our day-to-day experiences, our subconscious, or the divine intervention of a higher power that basically is giving you a vision, a prophecy, or a message.
Does that answer your question? I think that was very thorough. Thank you for telling us that again. Dream interpretation, I'm sure everybody is wondering about their dreams. I'm going to have Alex's website. It's on the screen, but I'll also attach it to the blog so you can contact Alex anytime. And anything else you'd like to add?
I'm saying, I still, after all these years of working with people with dreams, I still marvel. The one that comes to mind is a girl I was working with, and we were working with homeopathic remedies, and she didn't dream. And she started to have a recurring dream of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is a place It's not Disneyland, even though they were striving to create a Disneyland of dinosaurs. It's a place where the exhibits eat the children.
Nice.
You know, and then years later, a lot of stuff came to surface, that her home as a child was a very unsafe place.
Oh. And she blocked it.
That's correct.
She didn't know.
Because we all want to believe that, you know, we all come from a happy childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That she had the recurring dream of Jurassic Park.
That's a dream I'm glad I don't have.
Okay?
Yeah, that's scary. So dreams definitely can tell us things. We bury things in our subconscious. We all do that. And dreams are very beneficial. Do we have a question?
Another question has come through. I've always wanted to know why we have bad dreams or nightmares. So again, I think this was covered at the beginning.
These are people just joining us now.
But they're wonderful questions to repeat. I think I really, really want to stress, and I want everybody to really, really listen. There is no such thing as a bad dream. It's a dream of transformation. The person that's phoned in with this question, I would love to get an example, and I could break it down for you. I mean, there are horrible dreams. You know, is it boogeyman? Is it witches? Is it monsters? Is it the, you know, dinosaurs of Jurassic Park? Rapists, mother-in-laws, murderers, thieves, whatever they are strictly symbols. They are symbols of a part within yourself that is stealing your life force.
My son always dreamt about dragons. Fire-breathing dragons.
And was it a friendly dragon or an unfriendly?
Oh, unfriendly dragon. Nightmares.
You know, it's fears. It's about, we got to confront the fear.
Yeah, he's full of anxiety. I kind of figured that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, yes?
Okay, the response came back.
Mm-hmm.
I have bad dreams of me getting into bad car accidents.
Okay, the dream, our listener is telling us that they have dreams of getting into bad car accidents. Okay, let's break it down. The car is a representation of the body. So I don't want to offend you, but I'll just go with my feel on this one. I'll just do a double check in my book. So the car represents the body. So in what way are you not taking care of the body? Because it's going to get into some form of a collision. Car accidents happen when we're not present. What's going on that you're not present in the moment? When we have a car accident, I know, and I've been there, we're very quick to point the finger. Well, he drove into me. No, if I was completely present, you know what, I wouldn't have put myself into that situation. When I used to take karate, that was the slogan or the motto of the head sensei. It's not that you got hit, you just got in the way because you weren't watching, you weren't present. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let me just do a little check here. 2 minutes if you want to chat there, Christina, a little bit, tell them a little more. I just want to do a check what else I can tell him on the automobile.
Quick, grab my book.
Accidents.
Okay, well, for those of you who have just joined us, we are with the Ask Your Angels talk show, and we're with Reverend Alex Gelman, and we're doing dream interpretation this evening. We're talking all about dreams. If you came into our show a little bit late and you have any questions, please chat them in. If we've already covered it, we'd be happy to do so again. Dreams, basically this evening we've learned that dreams are very positive. They are nothing to fear. They will send us messages, symbols. It's usually when you're in REM sleep that you'll have these dreams. Alex has shared with us ways of having dream recall or increasing your dream recall. And those of you who are familiar with it, I do write a blog after every show, and I will have information on there as well for you, plus Alex's website, so you can touch base with her. And are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so what do I have? Car accident. Okay. Your dreams try to help you become aware of what you are creating before the situation manifests an injury or a problem or accident. It takes real courage to stand up to the situation in the dream, because you can actually have the power to do that. When we avoid this, the same type of problem will lift its ugly head again and again until you get the message of what the dream is trying to tell you. Car accident. To see this in a dream can be a warning that you're in an accident. You are in an accident looking for a place to happen, implying there is something out of balance or going wrong, which at this stage can be corrected. So it's a warning to evaluate your life. Are you following your life dream? Are you on the path you should be? Are you taking care of your body? Are you sabotaging yourself in any fashion? Are you not present? It is not a weakness to get professional help if you feel you need it. So I hope I have helped you. If you need to learn more, I'm happy to. You can send me an email. So tonight when you go to bed, tell yourself, I am ready to embrace what I need to learn so I can stop having this nightmare.
And can you share with our viewers the book you have?
The book I have.
Can we get a visual? You have to hold it. Yes? The Mystical, Magical, Marvelous World of Dreams. I've never seen a book like this.
And it's
very interesting.
It's by Wilda Tanner. One of the biggest chapters in this book is all about death dreams, which is something that really freaks people out. We have a question?
So there's a question from another one of our regulars here. I have a reoccurring dream that I'm counting old coins and money, large amounts. What does this dream mean?
Well, hey, if your animal's not pooping all over your house, that doesn't mean you're going to get rich. No.
Okay.
And if they just came into our show, that's not going to make any sense to you at all.
Okay. I have a question for our person that had this dream. What is the feeling they wake up with this dream? Is the dreaming one of anxiety or is it one of joy and pleasure?
There's a little bit of a delay.
I know there is. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit my feel about the dream. It can go two ways. My first feel about the dream, that it's a dream about a person, yes? You have
Anxiety.
information. Anxiety, that's what I suspected. I think it's a dream about the person not feeling secure. You realize, and I have many very wealthy people that are so anxious, it's terrible. All the wealth in the world does not gives us security. We need to feel secure from within. It's a dream about somebody feeling that has a great fear of feeling impoverished. They will not have enough money in the future, which is why they keep counting the money, while in fact they are surrounded by great riches. And when I talk about riches, it's not just material riches. We all need money to live in. It's the world we live in. But this person is actually surrounded by incredible gifts within themselves, spiritual gifts, physical gifts, and great wealth. But their belief system comes from their past, whether it was past life or childhood, where there was a foundation of feeling impoverished. Their background may have been one where there was an affluent background. However, emotionally they felt they were starved, which is why they constantly keep counting the money to feel rich and feel secure. How did I do?
I think that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get any feedback on that?
It'll take a few minutes.
Bang on. How's that?
I love it. Thank you.
That's very good.
Okay.
Got a couple more that have come through.
Okay.
This goes back a little ways. Dreaming about clear blue water.
Okay, I'll give you. We haven't talked about water. We should actually talk about a couple of the significant symbols in dreams. Water symbolizes emotion. Clear water symbolizes clear emotions. Muddy water symbolizes toxic emotions. Swamps, anything that, if you can't see the bottom, you know what? It's toxic emotions. The water is clear. You know what? You got beautiful, clear emotions. You know what? Delight and embrace it. And I wish you all the joy in the world.
Thank you. We had another question?
And there was one here before. Car accident person.
Mm-hmm.
I have dreams of being abducted by aliens.
Being abducted by aliens opens up a whole other can of worms, which we're not going to go down that road. That's tonight's show. So we'll deal with it on the level of the psychospiritual interpretation. This is about what's going in your life that's keeping you from being present and being present in the present. There's a part of you within yourself. What type of escapism are you using to not be present?
Wouldn't that define some sort of lack of control in your life as well? Because isn't that the biggest fear with being abducted by an alien is your total lack of control?
I'm not aware of that, so I can't say. I haven't done enough work on that section.
Okay.
Okay. Again, the other piece that comes up for me regarding the alien, and I'll just check what our book has for a minute here. I think there's also an element regarding something to do with authority figures. Authority figures taking away your control.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there they are. Just so. They might not actually have it. Oh, it's here. Let's see what it's got. It would be
Okay,
a
we're
good one.
looking up Alien in Alex's book, so
Okay.
just bear with us.
Alien. A part within yourself that you're not familiar with. It's not negative. It's not it's not negative. It's not positive. Something different. So I've talked about the fact that psychospiritual interpretation of dreams is about all the parts within ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Quite often there are new parts that are emerging which will feel alien. They will feel foreign. So again, the dream journal would help you to get more clarification regarding that new part within yourself. As I work with people and they start to suddenly, they're in their 50s and they suddenly discover that they have musical talents which they had never ever touched before. That could actually show up maybe 3-6 months before as an alien. It's a new part within
Okay.
yourself that is strange. Okay?
No,
So it's a new
that's-
part.
That's great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Okay. Couple of ones coming here. And they keep coming.
Wonderful.
That's wonderful.
That's
That's what we
great.
like
For
to
each-
hear.
Dream, you are saying that there is a lesson for each to learn and grow from.
Repeat the question again?
So for each dream, you are saying that there is a lesson for each to learn and grow from.
Yes. Even the trivial dreams will have a lesson. All dreams have a lesson to learn. They think it's funny?
No. Yeah, I should
Sorry.
have told you before the show. When you hear Tech Guy laughing, just ignore him.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's
Yes.
no reflection on what you're talking
Oh, I'm
about.
done.
You said you had a few questions?
No, that's almost it. Let me see if I missed anything.
If you asked a question earlier and we haven't talked about it yet, please ask it again. Chances are it got lost in the chat. Are there any other books on dreaming that you would recommend?
No, that's my favorite.
That's a favorite, so we'll
I've
make
got,
sure
I've
we
got,
have
I've
that.
got another one. I don't have it here, but I will send you an email and you can post it on your blog. It's about the history of dreams. Because dreams have been
Okay.
very, very major in history, in the Bible, in the Torah, in all of the ancient scriptures, and all of the faiths all make references to dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an incredible history of dreams and the way
That would be
dreams have
interesting.
changed politics, creativity, so on. We have a question.
Okay, this one makes sense now. What does it mean when you're dreaming about kissing someone? And then further down, a woman I did not get along with.
Okay, so I want you to try to walk this through with me. So again, I am basically teaching you, our listeners tonight, that every part within the dream is a part of you. So when we actually have a dream of, I believe, kissing a woman you don't like or you didn't get along with, all of a sudden you are embracing a part of yourself that in the past you had rejected.
Okay.
You get that?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, for example, there's a part of me that is very controlling and I don't like that part, so I reject her. All of a sudden, every part within ourselves, even parts that we feel aren't so good, they all have a purpose. They all have a purpose in the divine plan.
So it's an acceptance of
It's an
something
acceptance
within
of a
yourself.
A part of yourself that you had rejected in the past.
Was she a good kisser?
The purpose is that we become completely congruent. Who we are on the outside is who we are on the inside. Because as long as we're not congruent, it will be a place where illness will grow
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety.
Yes, you have to accept who you are for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions?
Another one. Yes.
Yeah, somebody just posted, I dreamt about my favorite hockey team winning the Stanley Cup, and it's not the Leafs.
I was gonna say that's why he's laughing.
Oh.
It's kind
Yeah.
of the Leafs tend to not win the Maple Leafs.
Let's touch on, a lot of people have sports dreams. Sports dreams, dreams of competition are actually a sign of internal conflict.
So if they're having a dream that their team isn't winning,
Well, usually these people have a dream that they're on one of those teams. They're playing against another team. But even if they're watching a team sport, it's actually internal conflict.
okay, something you're within yourself.
You're trying to work
that
out.
Okay.
You're fighting about whether I should do this or do that, and there's this internal conflict.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mhm.
See, this is why dream interpretation is so important and learning how to read your dreams.
The other one I haven't touched on, and I'm going to say is probably the second best dream you can have. The best dream you can have is actually the dying dreams, because that's the ultimate transformation, the ultimate letting go of the part that's keeping you from healing and embracing your higher self and your spiritual path. The second, they're probably tied. The other dream that I'm going to say is tied with that dream is a dream of birth. And again, if you start keeping your dream journal, you will see that after there has been some form of potential, flirting with a potential death or loss, 2 seconds, the next dream that will follow, usually a couple of weeks later, is a dream about giving birth or seeing a baby. I often have people having dreams of giving birth to twins. And that is about we are giving birth to 2 new parts within us. So anything to do with giving birth or babies is about giving birth to the new you. So it follows the death dream.
And it's so both are positive.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, we have a question.
Okay. Sometimes I have dreams that I'm running from something, but can't run fast enough. One of my legs is longer than the other.
Can you recall whether it's the right, left, or if it's the right leg or the left leg, please? So dreams, I'll talk about it till we hear our
Can't
answer.
remember.
Can't remember. Dreams about, I'll give you both options. Dreams where we're running from something, which is a very popular dream in children, adults, elderly, everybody has a lot of dreams of running away from something, whether we want to call it a boogeyman, a monster, women run away from horrible men, whatever it is. It's not about what you're running away from. It's either regrets, it's old trauma that's unresolved, or the more popular one is actually it's fears. We are not confronting our fears, and we're running away from them.
And is the right left leg significant?
Yes, it is. If the right leg is longer, it's your subconscious alerting you to the fact that the dream, everything with the right is a yang. So yang is all about your career, father, male. It is the assertive part within yourself. If the left leg is longer, it's about you running away, something to do regarding intimacy, creativity, female figures, mother, love, nurturing.
And based on that, if he recalls the dream and what he was running from, might be able to figure out if it was his right or his left.
Correct. Or he can go to bed tonight and ask, is it my right leg or left leg?
I have a question because when you were saying running and
Mm-hmm.
there's a dream everybody seems to have.
Mm-hmm.
You probably know where I'm going. And everyone hates this dream.
Okay.
It's that one where you are driving or you're walking or you're out in public naked. Have you not, I've had so many people say that because it's the most humiliating dream. You're out in public and you have no clothes on. Please tell me this is not just me.
A lot of people have it.
Thank you.
And it doesn't have it. Goodness gracious.
I don't know would it be under maybe nudity?
Yeah, look that up. Got it. 124. So we got for that. I just have feeling exposed.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, feeling exposed, unprotected, vulnerable.
And those are all the emotions you definitely are feeling during that dream.
So again, take a look at what's going on in your life and how that would play out. And it says that there's an entire chapter on that subject.
Because a lot of people have that dream. You can stop laughing over there. A lot of people have that dream.
A lot of people have
If
that
you've had that dream, please chat in and let Tech Guy know you've had that dream.
dream.
It's not just me.
No, a lot of people have it. It's true.
It's kind of like, what movie was that? Was it Sleepless in Seattle?
Yeah.
They're talking about it. Rosie O'Donnell's sitting there, and they say, you know that dream where you're in town and you're driving your car and you're naked? And she goes, I love that dream. She's probably the only one who loves
Okay,
that dream.
nudity. In general, being nude in public refers to your fear of being exposed in public. It can symbolize, it's all about vulnerability and fear of being found out, ridiculed, disgraced.
Okay. Well, that actually makes total sense.
And there's an entire chapter, if any of you pick up this book, chapter 35, it has an entire chapter on nudity. And a lot of it is all about, what's going on, what's in the surroundings, what's going on in your life. So I would say it's about being found out if you feel you're lying or you're not presenting who you really are. There's fears of being found out that you are lying. It's about fear of vulnerability. It's about being exposed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you feel inadequate or not
Inadequate,
as good as everyone
that's right.
else, that sort of
You're
thing.
gonna be found out.
Insecure.
Yes, all of that. We have a question?
Does that mean we have 10 questions?
I have 2 questions on here
Okay.
right now. First one, when you wake up from a dream and you bring back distinct feelings of anxiety or other, what does this mean?
Would it not depend on the dream?
A lot of people don't remember the dream, they only remember the anxiety. I mean,
Okay.
I come across that a lot. Okay, so we wake up and we feel anxious. So again, I think that the person should calm themselves down, and even though they do not remember the dream, tell themselves and trust in their higher power that they are working through old emotional debris that needs to be worked out, that in the past has caused them anxiety, but they're now in a place that they are strong enough to process it and handle it and let it go. Otherwise, their subconscious would not have brought forward this feeling of anxiety.
So it's a healing thing.
It's a healing dream. They're working through old crap.
Okay. Well, then it's a good thing.
Remember, all dreams are good. There's no
They
such
are.
thing as a bad dream.
And I think we've definitely established
Yes.
that tonight. For
Next
those of
question.
you who are joining us, you are with the Ask Your Angels talk show. I'm Christine Francis, and with me tonight is Alex Gelman, and we are talking about dream interpretation. So we've come to the conclusion every dream is a good dream. They're all positive. They all help you work through life. If you have any questions, please chat in. And would you like to add something?
We have more questions.
We
More
have another
questions.
question.
We love
Thank
questions.
you.
So, the question is, when you have dreams of your loved ones who have passed away, what does it usually mean?
When you have dreams of your loved ones that have passed away, I'm going to answer that in 2 fashions. There is we touched earlier on the ancestral dreams, that it could be our loved ones that have passed on, that have moved on to the other side, who are here to assist us and guide us in our lives. However, the majority of the time that I work with people, especially since I do the grief support groups through the funeral homes, a lot of times it's the way the subconscious helps us to ease and transition the loss. Because the person has lost X-person, a parent, spouse, child, friend, relative, whatever. So it's almost like the person has left my life. However, when I go to sleep, I'm still with my partner, with my parent, whoever it is. It's actually quite often it's actually a transitional healing step as part of the grief support, as part of the grief process. The other variable I want to introduce, and the name of the movie escapes me, and maybe you know it. It's that movie that has the dentist in it, that silly dentist. Ghost Town.
Little Shop of
No,
Horrors?
Ghost Town.
Ghost
The majority
Town.
of the time, the concept is that those that have passed on do not leave this earth, not because they're here to keep us company and they can't leave, but it's because we're not ready to let them go.
Yes, I've heard that.
It's about we need to get closure on the areas of our lives that need closure. And the grief journey is complicated by the nature of the relationship.
Thank you.
So the dream is actually helping you to process and bring closure to that loss.
So, is it possible then you'd probably have reoccurring dreams for a while on
Yes,
that
there is.
subject because that's not something that
Yeah.
would heal very quickly.
It takes a long time. I'll also throw in, and not to confuse the picture, remember all dream interpretations apply to every dream. So we can, I have a dream of somebody who has passed away. So it's my unresolved issues with that person, category 1. Category 2, I also need to look at the dream content and take a look how I mirror that person. What aspect of that person do I mirror? Because there's a psychospiritual meaning and lesson for me. And then we can also take a look at traditional dream interpretation by symbol from the symbolic books. So you can use all three.
Thank you, Alice.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other questions? Over there?
Nothing new yet?
Okay. So maybe what we should do is we'll just go over a little bit of what we talked
Sure,
about
highlights.
earlier in the
Mhm,
evening.
mhm.
Highlights. Is anything particular you'd like to go over?
I think why don't we do a recap on lucid dreams? I think are
That was very
That
good.
was very good.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Start.
Oh, okay. All right. What are lucid dreams and why do we have them?
Lucid dreams are probably the ultimate, most advanced type of dreaming, where you actually go into the dream to take control of the dream, to heal past traumas, to take control of your life, to create opportunities that perhaps are not there in your life, because by creating in the dream, you actually can manifest it in your own life.
Okay, and we covered that lucid dreams, no dreams are dangerous.
No dreams are dangerous.
They're all positive.
Yes, just be aware that you can get addicted to lucid dreams if your life is shallow, and be aware that I don't want you to be a spectator in life, but a participant in life.
Mm-hmm.
Make the dream an adjunct of your life, not the principal story of your life.
Okay, and how can people induce lucid dreaming?
It will take a very, very long time, I'm always honest. First, we got to get to the point where you are able to remember your dreams. Remember, we can have anywhere between 5 to 8 dreams in a night. You got to be able to have total dream recall, and the biggest thing, it's really simple. It's all about being present. And it sounds simple, but being present is probably one of the hardest things we can do. Because quite often it's actually really uncomfortable to be here on earth. Because we have so much pain, we have so much stress, there's so much going on. Sometimes it's just easier to check out.
Boy, and on that happy note.
What?
You mean check out your dreams, right?
No, people
just
check out to some form. I call it a drug of choice. Is it
Okay,
TV?
I thought
Is
you meant, like...
No.
It's like, okay,
no.
let's not give many ideas.
No. It's about, I call it drug of choice. People, it's escapism. Escapism comes in many forms. It's watching multiple movies. It's video games. It's gambling, drugs, alcohol. They're not present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The most
No.
important thing is to be
Okay.
present. You're going to be able to work through your dreams, remember your dreams, and impact your dreams.
So going back to our viewer who was asking about the recurring dream about the car accident, we also talked about dreams that sometimes they can be telepathic or predict the future.
Prophecy dreams.
Yeah, how does someone know that, and I'm not implying that is a prophecy dream, but how does someone know that isn't a warning, maybe not to go in this particular car, or is that ever come up?
In all the prophecy dreams I've had, I just always knew. It's not like there was a great spirit, sage, or Gandhi that popped in and said, oh, by the way, this is a prophecy dream. No, I just knew this is a prophecy dream. I think you gotta be really connected to your gut. And even a prophecy dream has symbolism as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's going back
But even if we take a look at the example of the car accident is about the fact that the person's life has derailed. There is something wrong in the person's life that needs attention. We could call that a prophecy. We could call it a warning. We could call it that there's a breakdown in their body, in their health, and how they're moving through life. Do we have a question?
We have a question, and let me just make sure I get it right. Question. I go into a large abandoned mansion. I open the doors and find golds and jewels behind most doors.
Okay, beautiful dream. Love interpreting that one. Okay, the large mansion tells me that you are a person that is about to discover all kinds of new parts within yourself. In the past, you felt you were a small. You were kind of like very small in the tapestry of the universe, but you are now discovering that you actually have a huge impact on the world and the universe, and that within you there are great riches and gifts and talents that you will impact life and those around you. There is also great potential for you to impact people through your healing abilities to help others on their path.
That's a nice dream to have.
Yes.
I'd like to have that dream.
You will. You will.
And going.
That's a dream. That dream is actually no different than when you met your new family. It's all the new parts within yourself you've just discovered.
So it can have the same meaning, but
The same
come
meaning.
across.
It's a different plot, but same idea.
Do you find that the symbols in dreams are, universal, or are they more inclined to be something that you would relate to as an individual?
They're universal. However, the culture comes into play. So we are influenced. It's the old psychology. Is it environment, or is it the place where we were brought up? Yes, we're influenced by the culture and by the environment.
Okay.
And by genetics.
Another question?
Okay, this is a question I'm not sure it fits.
We'll give it a
Here,
shot.
hold on. What does it mean when you dream about someone who you love but you're not with them?
Can you be more specific?
I'm
Is
okay
it
with
someone
that.
in this life, or
I'm okay with that.
doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter. Okay, remember, the general rule for all dreams is everything in the dream, it's not about the person you dream, but it's the person, it is the part within you that mirrors the person you are dreaming. So what I hear you tell me is that you are dreaming a person you love that is not in your life, I believe. So let's walk that one through. This is a part within you that you love, but you're not embracing it. So again, remember that we are made up of many parts. So this is a part that you have not embraced, you have not brought. It's kind of like we are made up of like a board of directors. So I think that you need to go to bed tonight and invite that person to join your board of directors and love that person and get greater clarification why that person has rejected you, or have you rejected that part. So I hope that helps.
No.
It's a little cryptic, but
Based on what we've talked
Yeah.
about, that makes total sense.
you get the gist of it. It's all about everything in the dream is a mirror image of you. And they are symbols that are there to derail you in the wrong direction.
Just for fun,
Yes.
can you give me a scenario, and based on what we've talked about tonight, see if I can accurately tell you what it means? Just to show the
You got it.
audience
You got
that
it.
we can predict our own dreams.
Okay.
Or we can, you know what I'm saying, we can,
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
And it's a little bit, it's almost a spin-off from one of your dreams. I had this, a couple of nights ago. It's a dream that I find out that my husband is a phony. He's not who I think he is. So what's the dream about?
that's it.
That's it.
Well, then I'm going to go with that dream. The interpretation I would give that dream is you are not being yourself. There's something of yourself that you're hiding from the world that needs to come out.
Perfect. Okay. Remember, the male is the yang part. So it's the yang part within myself that's actually not who I think it is. What the dream actually means is that I'm not as yang as I am. Actually, yin pretending to be yang.
I get very thrown off with the yin and yang
Okay.
thing. I know what you're saying.
Yang is the male, masculine, assertive, aggressive.
Okay.
So the husband in the dream is not who I think he is.
Okay. So then I need to be more assertive and aggressive.
Yes.
Aha. Okay.
Okay.
I get it.
Okay. Got it.
I got
So
it.
it's all about the congruent part. But your comments were also correct. There's no such thing as a wrong interpretation. We could talk to 5 different dream interpreters, and all interpretations would be correct. It's just different opinions on the situation. Different variables.
Yours is more in depth.
Okay.
So
Okay. But same idea. You actually put it in a different wording. It's
Okay.
I would accept it. I think that's a great interpretation. Okay.
I just thought it'd be fun to try.
I got another one for you.
Okay.
Okay. I have a stepdaughter, and I haven't seen her in 5 years. So she comes home, and I
Are
have.
you dreaming this?
This is a dream.
Okay.
She comes home. It's a living room. There's a sofa, and I have hired a nanny to take care of her. And the nanny turns out to be my mother, and my mother died when I was 35. And I'm spooked by my mother being there.
Wow.
That's a big one.
Okay, so you're with Ask Your Angels. And tonight we're here for dream interpretation, and Reverend Alex Gelman is with us, joining us, and we are trying to determine how much I have learned tonight about dream interpretation. So, okay, so the scenario is the stepdaughter comes home after 5 years.
That's right.
And I have a nanny
Mhm.
to look after her. The nanny turns out to be my mother, who has passed away.
That's correct.
Okay. Mother who's passed away.
Okay.
So,
Any dream where you dream children, it's about it's your inner child.
okay.
So it's a dream about me as a little girl.
Well, the fact that me has been gone for 5 years,
That's right.
there's something I've lost of myself
Yes.
in childhood.
Beautiful. Yes.
Well, I did get that part.
Good,
That was
good.
the easy part.
Good.
I'm
So I'm
more
recapturing that.
fixated on the nanny. That's the mother.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a part
so
within me.
It's within me. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is the nanny is kind of the protector who
Yes.
needs to bring out that inner child and nurture
Yes.
the inner child.
But I need to also look at the present. In what way do I need to take better care of myself? Am I eating well? Am I taking care of myself? Am I exercising? Am I getting enough rest? It's like a daycare worker,
Mhm.
like a nanny.
Okay, but the mother that's passed on, and I know we talked about that.
Mhm.
When people pass on,
It's unresolved issues with the deceased.
oh,
I'm not letting
okay.
her, I'm not letting
so,
her go.
So this inner child, that was lost to me, is the result of something my mother did as
Yes.
a child.
Yes.
Score.
Score. Right on. Yes.
You could make a board game out of this.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, forget the book.
Let's do it.
That was fun.
Okay, do we have a question? I saw the hand go up.
Okay, a couple things have come up.
Okay.
AJ, what does it mean if you dream about something and then later on in life your dream comes true?
Call it synchronicity, deja vu, prophecy, visionary. Absolutely. We can actually see the future if we want to.
Did we have another one?
That's
And that kind of goes
Lots
back
of
to
reading.
we were talking again about lucid dreams. We're going back to kind of the beginning of the show for those of you who missed it. So taking that into consideration, we had talked about how in lucid dreams you can actually manifest
Yes.
things in your future.
Yes.
Maybe you could talk about that a little bit again.
Well, I think it's New Year's Eve, and I know it's a very popular thing to establish New Year's resolutions. I think we got to touch on the fact that about 99% of most resolutions don't come true, because generally the resolutions are asking for too much. They're not breaking it down. You actually need a plan to get there. You can actually use dreams, identify your goals, what you have for the new year, and ask to have a dream to remove the blocks. Because when I have people talk about New Year's resolutions, or they talk about a visionary board and the life I want, I say, don't focus on the visionary dream. Focus on creating a board that's going to remove all the blocks that are keeping you from having the life you want. Your higher spirit, your higher power, your universe, God, goddesses, your spirit guides, your ancestors, they all want you to have a wonderful life. It's all before you. The only person that places obstacles is ourselves. We are the
And
only
fear.
person that sabotages ourselves.
I believe that.
Yep.
That's why when you get into that positive frame of mind and you
You're
let
open.
go of the worry habit
That's right.
and try to let go, it's not always easy.
That's right.
We all do it. I do it, but try to put those fears
Yeah.
and worries away.
Yeah.
It really,
So
your
use-
life improves dramatically. I've seen that myself firsthand.
So use ask for a dream to reveal what those blocks are, and that way you can, flush another toilet.
Now this is a little bit off topic, but it kind of goes with sleeping. How do you feel about subliminal tapes? Those tapes you play when you're sleeping.
Generally, the people that have done them, I think they work well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm okay with them.
And they go into your subconscious,
Yeah,
I guess,
absolutely.
when you're in.
Yeah.
Would that be REM sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, again, affirmations would be another form of that.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly the tapes while you're sleeping are going to go deeper. It's no different than the research that's being done regarding playing classical music to babies. Will develop their brain more effectively. You've heard that?
I haven't. I used to play music to my
there's a lot
when
of
I had a
research on
baby.
that. Yes, there's a lot of
And it
research
was
on
classical. You
Yeah.
put the little headphones on your
that.
tummy.
I know, and it develops
I just
greater
thought it was
brain.
soothing for them.
No, it actually develops greater brain development. There's been tons of research done on it.
Wow. My kids are really smart.
I know. Do we have a question?
I got a couple of questions.
What do we got?
Roxanne's asked, I think we covered this, but I missed the answer. What does dreaming about faces mean all over the floor? Feces. Oh, sorry.
Oh, can I do
right.
this one?
Yeah, go for it.
You're coming into money, honey. Yes?
Yes.
Lots of money. And Roxanne and I have both discussed the fact that 2012 is going to bring money for us because we are the tiger. Woohoo.
There's another angle on it. Yes, I agree with that one, and that's actually from the dream interpretation, the symbolism of feces. The other aspect of a dream of feces is that you're letting go of the past.
That is good too.
So to let go of the past is going to open the road to prosperity.
And I think we've discussed that, Roxanne. You do need to let go of the past. So that should be a great answer that Alice just gave you.
Yes. It also tells me that your digestive system is working well. Or it
That's
could be
good.
or it could be a red flag that you need to work on your digestive system
Okay.
to increase elimination.
So we're with Ask Your Angels, and tonight we're talking about feces interpretation. I'm kidding, but that's great. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Yeah.
Did we have another question? I thought we had more than
I
one.
thought we had another one.
We need a new tech guys really quick.
He's good.
Anyone out there? Just let us know. Did you have another question? Okay.
No.
Well then,
I think we're almost ready to wrap up.
I think we are. It was a great night. We really, really appreciate all the chats tonight and all your questions. And if you have any more after the show, throw a comment on the wall because we'll get you the answers you need. And again, thanks for joining us. Next week, we have a fantastic guest coming on. I'm super excited about it. Alan is coming on, and we are going into past lives. We've touched on this before, but Alan does not use hypnosis, and he's got well over 30 years experience, and you're just going to love this man. So we're super excited about that, and hope you can join us next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog TV. And thanks, Alex, so much for joining us tonight, and hope you come back.
Love to
in
be
the
back.
Summer. We'd love to have you.
I want to finish with Bob Dylan's line, God knows the secrets of your heart. He'll tell them to you while you're asleep.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
I love that. That's a perfect
Thank you.
ending.
Wonderful. Thank you to all our listeners, and happy dreaming, and manifest all of your goals for 2012.
Thank you so much.
Happy dreaming.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Bye-bye.